Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Dear Fox Draws. Today we are doing another sketch session. I believe it's episode 3. Today I'm going to be using a random generator to pick a prompt or central theme for a dragon design. I will be doing animals, plants, and colors. Hope you enjoy! Starting off with animals, I randomized a beaver first, which I was very excited for because I love their fat, chubby silhouette. And then the next animal I randomized was a cockapoo, which I had never heard of before, but I really was excited for. Next up are the plants. First I got a Rush corkscrew, and then I got a Glory of the Snow, which I like the colors of. Moving on now to colors, first I rolled a very pretty apple green, then I rolled a neutral straw color. Starting off with our little beaver character, and I've got Tara right here with me, filming this little voiceover. Say hello, Tara. Starting off with our beaver character, I thought I'd go for a more mudwing type character with big buck teeth, a heavy look, and almost a lazy personality. He also has some horns that remind me of sticks, and he's carrying a bundle of sticks. I imagine that this character is a builder for the tribe and builds huts for all of the family and sibling groups for the mudwings. I'm setting his wing off here to the side so you can see his belly scales. I redeemed myself with the wing bones. I did a decent job, half decent, and I really enjoy drawing these sticks. I even drew some little bite marks in some of them to kind of indicate that he'd been chewing on them. Starting off with a warm taupe color for his base color, putting in some scale details. I thought it'd be fun to include a more detailed scale base instead of just painting them on, and then switching him to a warm chocolatey brown color with ambery accents. He has very dark scales, and I used a gouache brush to kind of get some detailed paint in there because I was feeling like a little bit less cartoony, a little bit more painterly that day. It was very fun. Putting some detail into his stick horns, which I really enjoy. I actually adore this character. I really enjoyed painting him. He was very fun. I gave him like a white muzzle, little leaf on his twig. I'm just really drawing. I'm basically picking colors, and I named him Beaver. Speaking of names, remember these guys from my last sketch session. I have taken in 3 names for 3 of the characters and have named the rest myself. I'm sorry it took a while to get to these. I was just going to include them in the next sketch session, and I've been otherwise occupied. So the names for the cats are a hero, peppermint, and ginger. The other cats that I named myself are, in order left to right, Honeybun, Prickle, Spruce, Scotch, Charlie, and Jingles. Next up is perhaps my favorite design of the whole video, the Cockapoo. I wanted to do kind of like a rainwing-esque silhouette because it was a jungle bird, and I made him holding an avocado because I just thought that would be cute. It matches the colors, and since rainwings are mainly vegetarians, I thought that would fit. He is licking his face. I tried to bring in that kind of beak look with the slope of his snout, as well as give him kind of a chubbier body and softer paws. I decided to give him glasses to mimic those 2 big circles of brown around the cockapoo's eyes, and then color picked some colors. Maybe he's obsessed with these birds. Maybe he has one as a pet. Maybe that's why he chose to color himself in this way. But as I mentioned before, I was really obsessed with detailed scale patterning in this episode, so I really went ham with the colors and all the details, and gouache painting in some little doodle-doodles. I've got some spots that I decided to throw on him to make him more interesting and to mimic the spots that were on the wings of some of the birds. Adding some final detail, coloring his eyes, tinting his glasses brown, and there we have Cockapoo. I love him so much. He's so sweet. Next up are our plant dragons. Our first plant that we got was the Corkscrew Rush, and I thought that a Seawing-esque character in motion would fit with that aesthetic. I gave her some twirly horns, a twirly-do tail, and kind of a more fluid and movement-full pose. I don't know if that's how you say that. I really struggled with her claws. I've always had problems with the webbed talons for the Seawing style characters, but I just fiddled with it until they were acceptable. They're not my favorite things ever, but they'll do. I liked the action pose in this one. It was interesting. I don't normally draw dragons like this. Color picking, I went with a very dark muted teal with some gray accents and emerald green. I once again got really into the scale design and added some little like glowy rush bits to her wings to really sell that Corkscrew Rush thing, and I added a glow to those later as well, so that was really fun. I gave her the stripies that would go. Her name is Cork or Corkscrew, and there I am adding the glow, which I had never done before. I really liked how it turned out. It took a bit of finagling, and I know how to do it next time. Added a background, and there she is. I really like her. I think she was very pretty. Our next plant-themed dragon is the Glory of the Snow. I decided to make her an Icewing simply for the fact that there is snow in the name. I don't draw a lot of Icewings, so it was an adventure figuring out the spike placement and the general anatomy of the wing and tail. I love their design, but they're just not one of my favorites to draw. I enjoyed the process for this one though, and I really thought that it turned out okay despite my lack of knowledge. I was kind of experimenting with different flower ways to incorporate the flower, and I decided on a port wine stain on her eye and her wing. I also dabbled with some other like flower designs, but that was the one I liked the best. Put some frosted tips on her horns and gave her some freckling, as well as kind of a dark bluey purple accent. And there she is, Glory of the Snow, sleeping away. On to the randomized color section of our video, starting off with apple green. Why did I delete that standing up pose? I don't know. I was not very inspired for this section of the video. I felt like colors gave me the least to work with. All I had was scale color and name that I had to work off of, but that's part of the challenge. This is kind of like I was struggling with ideas, so I just wanted to do something to help me move past art block, and I feel like this really helped. Making her a leafwing because of her name, that hat idea comes back, and I really enjoy drawing leafwings. They're so swoopy. This was not one of my favorite designs from the video, just because I was kind of struggling at this point, and I don't think I gave her the time and attention that she needed, but she got there, I feel like, in the end. Using a muted red to bring out the green as a complementary color and giving a slight fade to her scales with that red that took me much longer than it should have to accomplish. I went the super hard roundabout way because I can't be trusted. And I named her Apple. I feel like she's a sapling and collects apples for the tribe. The final design of today's video is inspired by straw. Hey, look, that hat came back. I knew it would. I knew immediately what I wanted to do for the color straw. It was not a very inspired design. I literally was just like, ooh, farmer sandwing. But hey, you know, gotta do what you do when you're battling art block. So he's a smiley old sandwing. I imagine that he lives on an oasis and raises whatever they raise. Camels? Cacti? I'm not sure. But he's got his straw hat, his little bit of straw poking out of his mouth. And I use the straight straw color for his wings and his bandana stripe. Oh, I love his little bandana. It's so cute. Adding a bit of a shine to that tail barb and giving him the super sunny freckles, because I imagine that he's out in the desert all day long. And adding a little shadow from his hat. There's Straw, my old boy, my lovely boy. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Sketch Session. I hope you enjoyed. I really appreciated this video. I felt like I got a little bit of insight on some new techniques, some new brushes. It helped me move past some art block, got me into that creating mood, and I feel like this is just a fun challenge to try. I love drawing dragons, and especially this random prompt idea really just got me into a creative mood. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like. If you really enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Hope you have an amazing, wonderful day wherever you are, and bye!